Doe Mary.
With another Sweetlick Weekly. Just want to let y'all know again, we're officially over 600,000 views, excuse me, on YouTube. Appreciate everybody showing love, sharing, subscribing, and just checking out my channel on a regular basis. Special guest today, Mr. Nakesha White.
That's right.
We'd like to tell a little about her business, how she started, how she doing, and what she got coming up in the near future. Without further ado, tell the people about yourself first.
My name is Nakesha White, the owner of Royalty Eats, the owner of Royalty Event Center, and also the owner of Royalty Coffee.
Okay. So how long have you actually been in the business though?
I have been cooking professionally for 4.5 years.
Okay. And what made you want to actually start cooking though?
Well, really, I didn't have a future in cooking.
You're just good at it.
No, actually, my mom, because I had relocated from Virginia to Georgia, Jonesboro, Georgia. Me and my family, my husband and my son, and I had landed a job there, and in the midst of me landing that job, I was right back here within a month's time because my mom had a horrific accident when she fell and broke her neck, which yeah, and her to be paralyzed. So I actually came and stayed with her here in Charlottesville through the hospitalization and rehab, and then took her back to Georgia, where we just stayed in the house, and I had to figure out something to do with inside the house. So
okay.
that's when I put my cooking in.
You were doing catering for a little bit, then you know.
Yes, I was. I had started catering in Georgia, and when I would come visit Charlottesville, I actually would load my van down with like all these sweet treats, and it was crazy. Okay. So I had actually booked events before I even moved back here.
Yeah, I know you had brought them cupcakes to the NFL party we had a couple of years ago.
Yes.
But you didn't make no Bronco cupcakes though, but this was cool though. I think you did the Cowboy Redskins, but
I did.
We'll work with that.
All right.
But definitely let's just go back a little bit. How did you get the name Royalty Eats though?
One day I was just sitting at the table, writing up a business plan, ideas, so forth. Had to come up with a name, and you know, every woman think of herself as a queen. So
makes sense.
But I kind of wanted to be the queen of everything. So
makes sense.
But sometimes you can't be everybody and everything.
Yeah.
So came up with Royalty Gourmet Cupcakery, because at the time I was doing cakes and sweet treats, and then catering, and then the events. So that's how that long name came about, Royalty Gourmet Cupcakery and events.
Okay. So then fast forward to a little bit after that, you end up moving into a restaurant.
So yeah, so actually it didn't happen overnight. The restaurant was never in my, future. I didn't even think about a restaurant. I just wanted to continue, catering like I was, and then I didn't know like how much people was loving the food. So I kind of brainstormed. I said, well, how could I give people what they want? So one day, I was sitting in a class and just like, look, I'm gonna open up a restaurant. And they thought that was like a future goal, but they didn't know it was gonna happen like that next month.
And fast forward after that, you just had your 1 year anniversary.
I did. May 4th marked our 1 year anniversary. I was really excited. That reached that year.
I stopped by, got the wings, the wing special.
Yep, we got the wing special, 20 wings, a large fry for $15, over 40 flavors of wings.
So what all do you serve in the restaurant though? You can tell people. We are specializing.
We don't really, I don't want to say we specialize in anything, because I switch up so much, even stuff that's not even on the menu. I be trying
So
to
you
give
go
people
by-
what
you
they
just-
want.
Okay, that ain't bad though.
Yeah, like everybody, they scream about my oxtails and
I'm not really
jerk
I don't
chicken.
like,
We
I
got
like
the
jerk, but I don't
wings.
like no seafood or no oxtail
Yeah.
stuff like that. I
Then we
can't
got
do
like the po' boys and steak and cheese.
Okay. Yeah, that steak and cheese will put you to sleep. I ain't gonna lie, I had that a couple of times. That
Double
definitely-
stuffed baked potato. The list goes on. I really try to sometimes think outside of the box also.
So how would you say your first year went?
It went great. Not gonna lie, not gonna sugarcoat it.
So tell some of the trials and tribulations. 'Cause I
Oh
know
my
it could've been easy.
goodness! Like sometimes you just think you know it all, and I really did. Like I made a lot of mistakes in the first year, but that's okay. That's okay.
But they say like in business, I think your first couple of years you don't even make no money in that, so you gotta go to trial and tribulation.
Yeah.
Your first year.
Yeah.
Not a dip in your pockets or nothing, but yeah. I just heard, you know what I'm saying, from a couple of people, but you lasted a year, so
I can be honest though, I have been blessed with them having this festival. I've really been blessed.
Definitely.
I have a lot of support publicly and privately.
Can you name some of the people public?
Well, before of course COVID came.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. We'll talk about that, but yeah.
I also cater for 4 different private schools that actually welcome me with open arms. When I first started catering for the schools, I only had one school. And before I had that one school, the school had reached out to me a year prior to me opening up my restaurant, and I was not ready. And most of the time you will get people, when someone reach out and think about like how much money you can make, they're like, okay, yeah, I can do it. But I had to be honest with myself and say, no, I was not ready, which I was not ready. So they doubled back and reached back out to me again, and I was ready
Really
at that
don't see that
time.
happen. What's actual school? I don't know if you want to throw them on camera.
I really don't want to put that on camera, but me and you have talked about that off camera
Yeah, definitely.
plenty of times. But I'm grateful to have.
That's nice though, they double back though. You don't really have to have them too often though.
Yeah, because I only had that one school and then end up with 2, and then 2 jumped straight to 4. So I was really blessed for that. And everybody know that the love that I have for kids, especially with the food.
So one thing I want to ask, how do you really get your marketing off the ground though? Like how you really spread the word about your restaurant though? Or your catering was that good?
I think it was the catering. Well, I'm not gonna say think. It was the catering because I catered so much, and I also did what everybody else is doing. So I don't knock nothing that nobody do, because I have sold plates out of my house too.
Yeah.
And
But you gotta start somewhere though, honestly.
you
got to.
because it's really nowhere where else you going to start. And then that goes into when people do start their legitimate business, you gotta run it legitimate, because you have people that's watching you.
Definitely.
And some people, are pushing you along, but some are waiting for you to fall.
Yeah, then you got the man on your ass too, the watching too, the people don't realize too.
Yeah.
And
So you gotta be careful.
If you ain't getting taxed, they definitely will come after you too.
Right, and you gotta be careful, because a lot of people cook and not knowing like the cross contamination that you can cause with food, and it has nothing to do with being like dirty or anything like that. Like simple chicken, the juice from the chicken.
Yeah, definitely.
So.
Or they take it from outside to inside, or vice versa.
Temperature. Like most of us probably grew up like, oh, something hot, you just stick it in the refrigerator. No, you just don't do it like that.
Yeah, definitely though. But I also want to thank you too, because you actually sponsored Team Sweetlick last year.
I did.
One of our good sponsors, man. I'm a little upset that we ain't got it this summer.
Yeah, me too. Me too, because I would be pushing that fish down at the park.
So we're gonna talk about that COVID-19. How do you actually feel that you survived through because a lot of restaurants out here didn't really survive like you did?
Well, when it first happened, I don't want to say I was a little depressed. I was a little lost and uneducated.
I think everybody was lost.
I was uneducated about it, so I'm like, I'm gonna close down, because I needed to know more about COVID. I didn't know anything about it, so once I did my research and figure out like a way that we could still be able to run the restaurant without it being fully open, I was comfortable with that, because as you see, we got sanitizing stations.
Yeah,
We
you definitely
constantly
can't come in there
wipe.
without your mask. You definitely can't walk in that door without your mask. You will get escorted out of there.
Yeah, so we take a lot of precautions. Like that's just like my employees. If you're gonna be out and about and want to be in massive crowds every day, all day, you cannot come to work. Period. Point blank.
Okay.
So you gotta think about, okay, do I want to hang out or do I want to pay my bills? Priorities.
Definitely, man. So what kind of advice can you give to other restaurants that was lost and confused like you was?
Basically just to keep pushing, because just like I said, a lot of us was uneducated about COVID. I know I didn't know nothing about it.
I really didn't think it was serious at first, but I'm not gonna lie, for the first month, I'm just like, man, this some BS. I can't go to work.
Yeah.
I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't go outside.
And I think it started with UVA. Remember they made the kids go home? We all was like, oh, well, they let the kids go home.
Yeah.
We didn't see it happening like they was about to shut down everything.
I didn't see it. And I was actually working with like Parks and Rec and stuff too. And I just left the Boys and Girls Club, so it was like, I still had my attachment to them. And then once they closed like the schools and they shut the whole everything down. Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
It was just wicked, but
crazy. Yep. And I got the phone call like from my son saying that the schools was want to be closed. So not only when I got the phone call about my son, I already knew the phone call was coming to me about my schools being closed, far as business wise. So actually, I tell you one thing, COVID made me put a different business plan in perspective. I tell you that because you have to be financially ready.
Definitely,
and I don't think sometimes, not saying that we like people weren't financially ready.
But you could tell from some restaurants, I'm not gonna think
people that was open
yet.
like 21 years and 20 years and
just collapsed,
years,
just collapsed.
Saying they was leaving, it was like I felt that, like it was mine. Like what?
It was not just a restaurant. There's a lot of businesses. Just like once the COVID hit, you could see they just went out of business completely. Like it was just over. Like.
And I'm hoping that the businesses that's still standing, that people will just go out and support them so they can stay open as well. Because I can't even lie, I've been blessed a million times. Sometimes I get emotional because if you knew like the magnitude, like
man, when you stay
how
down,
much
I've never been around,
like,
man. When you stay down,
like,
when you stay down enough, man, it's gonna come back to you. Though that's one thing about good karma and bad karma. It always seem to follow.
Yeah.
It's a how you say it, a revolving circle or something like that.
And I knew that before like COVID hit, when the restaurant was fully open, I try to, show love to everybody that came in, make you feel like you was at home. Like never wanted no one to feel uncomfortable by coming there, because that's not, when you dining in somewhere, I want to be able to feel comfortable.
That's what I'm saying. You want to feel like you're at home, actually. You know what I'm saying?
To go with the home cooked food.
Definitely, man. But you definitely, while you're eating or spending your money, you definitely want to feel like I spend money or make it worth it. Worth a while.
So a lot of older people, reached out to me and was telling me they love the vibe, because we would play like the old school music in there, and like sometimes we would get crowds.
I caught you dancing a couple of times. I still got the video saved up too.
Man.
I definitely caught you that one day.
Man. So like when we get crowds like younger crowds, and it's really not many old people in there, I'll change the music over. Make everybody feel comfortable. But like I said, I never, want anyone to ever come to Royalty Eats and feel uncomfortable. Always want you to feel like you are home.
Definitely.
And I try to do as much as I can do for my people in the community.
Definitely.
And you don't always need the spotlight on you when you're doing something within the community for others.
But it definitely helps, though. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, you don't want it, but I mean, when a news station come by, you can't deny it, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Either, though,
and it's crazy because for my 1 year, I had so many people. Man, you had that conversation too.
Yeah.
I had so many people reach out to me for interviews, but I feel like sometimes if you're not aligned with what I'm doing, I'm not gonna let you waste my time, and I'm not gonna waste yours. So sometimes you gotta walk away from stuff. Not everything is always what it is.
Yeah, definitely. So after this COVID-19, where can you see Royalties going to?
Oh, well, for one, that coffee shop.
Oh, you
opening.
never opened that up before the COVID?
No, so we were about to open that up right before this happened. So we don't even know how long this is going to last, but I already have in mind, if this lasts even any longer, I'm going to be doing curbside coffee, pastries, and sandwiches because I have to continue on. Yeah. But most importantly, give the community what they've been asking for and open up that coffee shop.
I should probably say that at the beginning. We got to tell the people actually where your shop is that don't really know.
Okay. So my restaurant is located 820 Cherry Avenue, and then the event center is located 818 Cherry Avenue. Then the coffee shop 814 Cherry Avenue. We're located inside of the event center right now, doing an interview because I was just telling him I had a different vision for this interview, but the time didn't allow me because I catered for the front line today. So I wanted to kind of fix him brunch and have mimosas since we had a little downtime. But nice. Didn't work out like that.
Definitely, but everything don't ever work out like it's supposed to, but definitely. So what do you feel about the Cherry Avenue area? How do you feel like?
You know, when I first came here, I got a lot of people saying, why did you go to Cherry Avenue? Why didn't you go to this place? First of all, are you going to pay the bills? No. Second of all, this is where, I'm not going to say I was born. I'm born and raised in Charlottesville, but this is not where I say I grew up at. No. But this is that area. You know, like I remember the Kentucky Fried Chicken down the street where Thompson Park was at. So how can you forget where you really came from? No, I don't, you know, this is where I wanted to be. And everybody knows me. And I can honestly say that people, you know, some people like to hang out. They respect my business. They don't stand right there. They don't give me no problem. So I'm comfortable where I'm at.
Definitely. Without throwing anybody under the bus though, because I noticed over the years, like just like with royalties at the location, it didn't really last more like a year or two for a lot of people. So, what would you say would be the problem, or how do you take it up without you know what I'm saying?
Some people hustle and grind different.
Okay.
So I don't, you know, I can't really say what no one else was doing, but I know goodness where I'm up before the sun comes. If the sun beat me up, I'm late. I got to get up. I got to grind. Sometimes you just have to think outside of the box, and sometimes things don't go as planned. It's okay.
Yeah. But definitely, man. I just always wondered that because like I feel like. Honestly, I would feel like Cherry like probably the hardest city. I feel like it's the hardest city.
Yeah, and yeah, it actually
is. It's like a gateway to the hospital too.
That's just
everybody pass by here going to the hospital.
Yeah, people blowing me off. I don't even know. I just put my hand up because I'm like, it's somebody I know.
Definitely, like you come out at 5 o'clock, you see how the traffic is right here. You see how backed up it is. I would think any type of business could kind of last right here. Like honestly, and this is I'm not really a business person, but. It's just too much traffic for a business not to last.
And then a lot of people ask me what is it like being here in the corner across the street? Well, we are two different type of people, first of all. So you cannot be worried about what someone else is doing. If you always worried about what someone else is doing.
But I'm like I said, with the location, how corner been like 20, 30 something years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They be closed like at 3 o'clock some days. So honestly, I feel like this is definitely like a busy part of Charlotte. I would say definitely area where a lot of business come through.
I definitely get my share of people that come here, and ever since COVID, I've met even more people like people that didn't even know anything about Royalty Eats. Now it's like on days we have to shut it down at 6:30 just to fulfill the orders that came in because that's how busy we are.
Business is business. That's what you gotta do.
You know, not that I don't want to fulfill everybody's order, but that's how busy we have been, and I'm blessed because without the customers, there is no Royalty Eats.
Definitely, man. Definitely, I definitely appreciate all the community too, man.
Yeah.
So what else you want to tell people before we probably end this interview?
If you have a business, keep pushing. Don't let no one tell you what you can and cannot do. At the end of the day, it's all on you.
And where can people find you on social media too before we cut out?
Well, I have a business page, Royalty Eats, and I also have Royalty Events and Royalty gourmet cupcake and catering events, and we're also on Instagram. All three businesses are on Instagram.
Yeah, on Snapchat too. I forgot to. Yeah, definitely on Snapchat.
I'm kind of like.
Honestly, I think Snapchat the best business tool out there, in my opinion.
Yeah. We do have a website, royaltyeatsllc.com. So you can also order your food through our website for pickup. If you just want to order it through the website, you can walk in, place your order, or you can do curbside.
Y'all know where to follow me at, man. Sweetlick King. Sweetlick King at Gmail, email me, get in contact with me. King of Snapchat, Sweetlick King on Snapchat, Twitter, Sweetlick King. I am Sweetlick on IG. Oh yeah, follow my promo pages too. I got a Sweetlick promo on IG and Sweetlick promo on Twitter. Follow my pages. Sweetlick Entertainment on Facebook, like the pages. What can I say? Get in contact with me. And shout out to my man Doman behind the cameras too, man. That guy working too, for real, for real.
You need to interview him.
Oh, he actually been on Sweetlick with me before.
You need to do it again because a lot changed. I interviewed him before you came.
Oh, really?
I did.
That man Doman go way back though.
Yeah, but I interviewed him before you came. He needs to be interviewed again.
Definitely, we can do that.
Yeah.
Signing out, man. Sweetlick Weekly, we back.
Doe Mary.